Start.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to CRF TV, where change is for the better. The segment may contain graphic content and may be for mature audiences. I'm Al, and I support and encourage change. And if I can't convince you to change, at best, I'd like to share some of my experiences with you, just to help you think and weigh your options before you do something, because shit is never that deep. Trust me, I understand. I've been out there where, I was getting money, having it my way, fucking broads, doing whatever I want, spent money how I want, went wherever I chose to. You know what I'm saying? Me and a bunch of my homies, we was doing whatever we want. Had a couple, what you want to say, businesses or, whatever you want to consider it. You know what I'm saying? Business ventures, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And, I've mistreated women. I've cheated. I've put my family sometimes second because I was too vested in the streets and not actually taking the initiative to understand that time with your family is more valuable than putting your time into something that was, at the time I believe lucrative, you know what I mean? Because I was generating a substantial amount of cash. But I also been on the other end of this receiver where, I was sending Western Union, JPays, doing whatever was needed for individuals to make shit, put things into the proper perspective for them. And at that time, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it was like, that's what I believe came with the game. But at the end of the day, this shit ain't no game. The life you live, that ain't no game. This is real life. At the end of the day, whatever you do, whenever you walk out the house, it can cost you your life or your freedom. And at the end of the day, what you out there doing, you may not actually believe, like, damn, all right, I'm gonna get booked for it, because that's not the intention. You don't look to get booked. You know what I'm saying? But it happens. And at the end of the day, it can happen in the blink of an eye. But the decision is yours. If you take that course of action, you gotta understand that when you come on the other side of this wall, it ain't no, oh, damn, yeah, I'm going to do 10 years, I'm going to do 5 years, and I'm going to go back out. And the process and the transition of you going and the commission of you doing this time, you lose a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the other end of this phone where I had my brother, right, telling me the pros and cons, weighing his options. Oh, damn, you should do this, you should do that. And I'm sitting there with the phone away from my ear like, man, this nigga on some fucking bullshit. Like, what's up with this nigga? He on some sucker shit. Like, I'm not trying to hear that shit. I got the phone away from my ear. And when he asked them, do I hear him? I'm like, yeah, I hear you. But in all actuality, I'm not paying attention to that shit. But in all actuality, I was a fool. And at the end of the day, you could be that same person. Somebody viewing this video right now could be the same person looking at it like, man, Bull on some bullshit. Like, nobody trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you'll be a fucking fool just like I was. I was out there and I got booked, post bail, got out, caught another case, post bail again, then got locked back up. And last time I got locked up, I had a detainer. So now I'm locked up with 4 cases and a detainer. And coming and going through the situation, I'm not even realizing that, damn, I could lose all the cases, or I could beat all of them. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I wound up getting sentenced on one, I beat one. I got sentenced on 2 additional ones. But now I'm doing 25 to 50 years, and as a result, all the things I was out there doing, when I'm running around thinking I'm doing me, partying with the bras, yeah, I'm down Bamboo, I'm down Onyx, I'm throwing money, you know what I'm saying? Whatever was going on, if it was a place in the city and somebody was having a party, I was there, I was throwing money. Me and my folks, we was just doing us. I got 6 cars, I'm in and out of rentals, ain't nothing you could tell me, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing that I'm really trying to hear, because at the end of the day, I'm doing me. Ain't nothing that none of us is trying to hear. And at the end of the day, it's not nothing that at the time somebody could tell you, because at the end of the day, you feel as though you on a high horse that somebody can't knock you off. And the only way you can get knocked off it is if you get smoked or is if you get booked. But at the end of the day, the opportunity and the choice is yours. The opportunity to advance and excel is is way harder, because then you gotta worry about educating yourself. We oblivious to the law. We don't know what the fuck be going on. So we go to court. We get locked up. We go to court. We paying all our money for lawyers and whatnot, and we depend on these lawyers to say this and say that and do all this extra shit. But they don't. If they want you that bad, they gonna throw you under the bus for the next person. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just corrupt people in positions. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, if you don't know better, how can you do better? So I'm asking, and I'm just basically speaking out to let you understand and use me as a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Use me as a person that went through it and trying to inform you about it so you won't have to go through it. Only way you can change something is if you want to change. You know what I'm saying? You got two seeds. You got choices and consequences. And the reality of the consequences of your actions is either filling up somebody's cemetery or walking somebody's yard and living in somebody's jail for the rest of your fucking life. If you drop something, if you grade something 10 to 20 years, 20, 40 years, where is that equaled out at? And then you come to jail, you was out there, you was doing you. You got, whether it's your girl, your baby mom, you got kids out there, now you mistreated them, now they acting funny. They picking up the phone when they want. Picking and choosing when they want to bring your child to see you. Picking and choosing, they want to let somebody bring their child to see you. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got no say so. You don't have no fucking control over that. How you gonna control it? How you gonna control it? You gonna get on the phone, you gonna be arguing. Bitch, you better bring my motherfucking son up here. Bitch, you better bring my fucking daughter up here. I had spite. That shit ain't gonna make nothing better. But at the end of the day, you get upset. But at the end of the day, it's nobody's fault but ours. Because at the end of the day, you put yourself in that predicament. You put your family in that predicament to be away from you. For you to be away from your family. For other people to suffer. For people in your community that look up to you, or whatever it could be, the young boys that look up to you, to have to want to follow in those footsteps. Would you really, can you honestly sit there and say, damn, you would want your child to follow in your footsteps? No, I don't. I damn sure don't. I know that for sure. I don't want my child to follow my footsteps, but I would want to be there, and I would want to be proud to say or hear my child say, yeah, if she had a child or my son had a child, and say, Dad, I would like for my child to follow my footsteps. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's not about us when you have a child. It's not about us really, period, as adults. It's about leading by example, so that way kids won't grow up and follow in your footsteps, thinking that what you was doing, beating on their mom, smoking weed in front of them, carrying guns in front of them, bagging up in front of them, thinking that was thorough. That shit ain't thorough. Because at the end of the day, now you exposing them to something, and now they like, that's the only thing, that's the excuse that they use. Oh, that's the only thing I knew. No, that's the only thing that you was exposed to at the end of the day, and that's the easier route for people. You take the easier route by selling drugs, robbing motherfuckers, laying people down. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's sitting in, you got young boys' moms sitting in cars with you, and you might have told, or you might have been getting money, you might have robbed somebody, you might have took something down, you don't let her know. Now she gets shot, or she get grabbed, or she get booked, you don't pay her bail, but now you didn't put her in a predicament to be away from their family. That's not thorough. You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck is that thorough at? So we got to start taking initiative and start assessing, like, damn, what do I do? Ain't nothing wrong with going back to school. If you ain't got no money by now, you ain't going to get it. And if you do got some money by now, I don't know what money is to you, but then if you don't invest it, and if you don't plan on doing something with your money, you don't have no goals, you don't have no direction. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's more to it, and there's more to this jail shit that you don't understand. And I plan on sharing that with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I could do is give you the game, and hopes that you take heed to it and don't return. Or that's for the people that came and went and came, you know what I'm saying? But for the ones that never been through it, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. You wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, for count at 6:15. It's a bunch of counts that you got to be up for that. You don't want to live like that. And you get tired of calling people. You start asking people to do this and do that. You don't want to be a dependent. Take control of your life while you got the control. Because on the other end of this wall, you don't have no control. But, you know, until next time, man. Sunday nights is family nights. And CIF TV will be airing on Sunday nights. If you're not in the house, you should be. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure. The streets ain't going nowhere, but you can. You know what I'm saying? If you got any questions, if you got any topics you want me to elaborate on, feel free to comment on the page or on your local social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at CIF TV. I'm out. Until next time, get focused, stay focused, get humble, and stay humble. Most importantly, man, think rational.